Would you like to see the alignments and the aspects we're talking about this week? Well, check out the weekly overview on the funastrology.com YouTube channel. A picture really is worth 1,000 words. Welcome in to the Fun Astrology Podcast. Hey, how about our first day with Mercury direct, huh? What do you think? Like really almost like first 12 hours. I mean, we're like just getting used to this new ground and this new footing. And Mercury is still very strong in the retrograde mode. Even though it is direct today, it's just kind of sitting there. It has to get its speed and its legs back, and then finally it will kick off and we'll get some good forward motion here coming up. But yes, you can buy that car now. You can get that house, whatever it is that you've been holding off on. You can go right on ahead. It is officially out of retrograde. And the other good thing today, we talked about it previously, Venus goes home today, back to Libra, 9:22 this morning Eastern. So we have the moon in Cancer from yesterday. Today it's at about halfway through already, 15 degrees as the sun comes up this morning. And then right after sunrise, Venus goes back home. Wow, yay. And the other aspect today at 10:32 this morning is Venus trining Pluto, because every time something changes signs, there's Pluto, right? Well, this is a trine, 0 degrees 4 minutes. That must mean that Pluto is about to go back into Capricorn soon, because it's in retrograde. And if it only has 4 minutes of Aquarius left, well, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And Kristen Lawhead is going to join us, and she has a great piece on that. You might look back in your mind between now and tomorrow over about the last 15 to 20 years and think about what has transpired during that time, especially transformatively. I'm not going to give away too much, but we wouldn't be here today together if it wasn't for the period that Kristen talks about tomorrow. You might find where Capricorn is in your chart, because that's what's going to be highlighted, and all of that action takes place on Sunday, but Kristen will give us a great heads up on it tomorrow. There's not just a lot that you can say about the dynamics that we have in the chart right now. We talked about it Wednesday. The 5 outer planets that are changing signs are just stalwartly sitting there. When a planet like Venus comes by and touches one of them, like Pluto, Pluto is just so slow, because obviously it's getting ready to change signs. It's in retrograde. It's not like Venus is going to bump Pluto right now. So we acknowledge these things like a trine. It's a good day. It's basically good for love, money, etc. Take your Venusian and Libran themes and just add some internal reflective power to them. And that's about what you have. Now, one thing that we do have, if we extend this just a wee little bit, is we have a trine, and this takes a little bit of stretching to get there. But with basically Venus and Pluto sitting at 0 degrees of 2 air signs, you look to the third air sign, which is Gemini, asking, is there anything nearby? Well, yes, there is, but it's not in Gemini. It's Uranus sitting at 27 degrees Taurus. Now, that's called an across-the-sign trine. Say that 5 times in the morning really fast. Across-the-sign trine. But it is 3 degrees away. So, yes, we have a trine there as well, bringing Uranus surprise energy, but also, what do you really want to be accomplishing? And Uranus is super strong because it is going retrograde also on Sunday. We can think of it kind of as the higher octave of Mercury, although it's not known as much for trickster-type stuff as Mercury is. I still think that path with Mercury crossing in front of the sun, I don't know, but it just seems to me like it has the significance of why some of that stuff happens. Were you affected in that internet outage Tuesday night, Wednesday morning? It was out here for a while. Well, you've got Uranus and Mercury both right now super slow and super strong. I think, are we getting conditioned to kind of watch for surprises? I mean, it's like everybody's rubbernecking looking around the corner, right? I think if I had $1 for every Twitter post I've seen where somebody says, something big's getting ready to happen, could fund this podcast for 2 years. It's like that's what everybody's anticipating right now. Well, I guess the good thing about that is when the surprise hits, it won't be a surprise, right? We'll just go, oh, that's what it was. Well, that's the energy in the chart, and at least that's what we're looking forward to over the next several days. We'll come back tomorrow with Kristen talking about that Pluto going back into Capricorn. Also, the Uranus retrograde. That's basically what else happens on Sunday. Yes, we're going to be here Monday, quickly, briefly, and then I have a new guest commentator who is going to be joining us on Tuesday, and you'll be looking forward all weekend to that. Can't wait to introduce you to her. All right, have a great one. I'll be back tomorrow with Kristen. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. Sending love.